Come on out, you rapist!
Thing I need all you guys to do is to rape that like button, please. Thank you very much. Rape that like button, please, in the chat. Rape that like button. It's gonna be the new thing we say here is rape that like button. And if you're out there and you're thinking, oh my god, I was raped, or my mom was raped, that's not funny, then I want you to rape the like button even more than anyone else, because you understand what I'm talking about. And even more than that, you deserve to make it happen to someone else, and that's me. So do it. Hit that rape that like button right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to be starting out of nowhere in a second. Now that my fucking Discord works. Anybody else ever notice that MJF has a giant cock? I don't know. I don't even think he does. I just said that. You know what's funny? Talking about all this casino this week. Fucking Plainville Casino is like 13 minutes away from my house. Like, I can get to Plainville in like fucking 13 minutes or something. So why the fuck? I'm like, you know what, Leah? Why the fuck did we drive all the way down to Connecticut? But, no, I mean, it's a bigger experience. But, bro, you know what? I think I'm going to hit Plain Ridge up and start a fight. Or I'm going to go to Twin River because that's 28 minutes away or something. So I could have gone to Twin River. They have real tables, too. Now, Plainville's a piece of shit. Like, it doesn't have real tables. It just has slots and digital card games. But you know what? When it's fucking 15 minutes away, that's not bad. And I know Twin River's a Rhode Island shithole, but you know what? It's a fucking casino, and it's 24 hours. And actually, they both are. So, but you know what? Next time we're going ghetto, baby. We're gonna go ghetto. Instead of renting a $300 room or whatever it was, you gamble $300. Anyway, hit that like button, and by hit I mean rape that like button, because this is Outta Nowhere.
Fuck PG in its mouth. Fuck Russell, tear it out.
What's up, everybody? I need you to do the biggest thing you can do, and that's rape that like button for me. That's right, against its will, all against its will, you need to rape that like button, baby. Go get it. Go get it. Rape the hell out of that like button. We got fucking DeMarco in the house tonight. Look at that. We got 83 people watching. That's fucking terrible. Hit that like button. Ugh. Is Dynamite still on? Anybody know? I'm not even watching it. Ospreay's been... Oh, Ospreay got paralyzed. What? Wait a minute. Ospreay got paralyzed and Tony Khan is in the ring sucking his dick? What? I gotta watch this. Hold on a second. Let me turn it on. I can't believe it, but I have to see this. Oh, that's not happening? Oh. Oh. Well. I don't give a fuck, though. I was really interested in that for a second. God damn it. Man, you got my hopes up. Oh. You got my hopes up. Now they're dead. My dreams are dead. Thanks, ma'am. Making me get all excited like that. Now my dreams are dead. Unbelievable. Hello, Jake. Oh, no, I got you muted. Hang on. There we go. Hello, Jake.
There we go. What's up, baby? Now we're talking.
Now we're raping.
Now we're in charge. Holy, not a great night for Dynamite. I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that one, but I'm telling you, it just
I feel really bad because I didn't watch it.
Japan Forbidden Door stuff. You didn't miss much.
I can't defend it. But no, sometimes I feel like I'm defending it against you a little bit, but I can't because I didn't see it.
I'm actually confident that you might have thought the opening was so ridiculous that you might have laughed.
Okay,
but I don't think you really would have enjoyed it. So
probably not. What happened?
We had MJF. He starts off, takes the mic, about to speak, gets cut off, and the hometown crowd gets welcomed by Mr. Daniel Garcia. So they bring out Dancing Danny. He comes into the ring, and he's going to talk up MJF the entire time, and basically went on to fillet him. Literally said, I'm going to say nice things about MJF, and went on to boast about, you know, everything and how it all built up to his match with MJF. And even though that was a low point for him, it was a chance for him to move on, and just typical face nonsense. And MJF offered him a match at All In at Wembley. And just as he was about to accept, Will Ospreay comes out and one-ups him. And Ospreay offers Danny Garcia a match for the whatever championship he has, and possibly the world title if he beats Swerve next week on Dynamite. So he accepts that, and he goes to accept Max's, and Max is like, I'll talk to you soon. Focus on next week. Good luck. So they're trying to show a little bit of tension, like Ospreay one-upped him, but does anyone give a shit about Daniel Garcia? And even worse than that, they tried to make it seem like, oh, it's the hometown crowd. They'll get behind him, but the promo he said, it was really strange, and I cannot stand MJF in this role. It took to tonight. I tried to give it as much of time as possible, see what they were going to do with it, but he is a shell and a shill, but he's a shell of his former self. He's a total shill at this point. He's making light of it, like, oh, here I am to shill such and such, but he's telling people, buy tickets to Forbidden Door, buy this merch, buy this thing. That's all he's doing now. It's literally just Mr. Nice Company guy.
Yeah, that's not good.
Boring, and you can tell it's just not him. He's not. It doesn't have the same gravitas that MJF once
But he
had.
just said a few weeks ago, I'm back and I'm not going to give a fuck, and the old guy's back.
Since
and whatever.
Then, he's done the entire opposite. He's done anything but
that's crazy.
And be himself and not be Mr. Nice Guy. Here he is offering matches and complimenting and saying nice things, and it's very bizarre, especially like you said, he came back with all this ferocity, and yet he's still done nothing to the undisputed losers who lost again tonight. Like, just a lot of it is very confusing, and I don't know why he wouldn't want revenge on Adam Cole still. He's not even talking about it. It's not being mentioned. He's just talking about Forbidden Door. He's got a match, and that's it.
All right. It's very mailed in, it sounds like.
That's exactly what it feels like, sadly. And a lot of it just doesn't seem interesting. You know, he's facing Hechicero. Who? Sounds like you're having a stroke. Hechicero.
Yeah, well, listen, Forbidden Door is not a pay-per-view for me anyway, because I don't care
me either,
about the Forbidden Door. But Jake, how many
and
outside things is there going to be? Like, there's like...
Well, that's the whole night
like,
was
stop.
this. They had people from New Japan either show up on the screen or appear in the ring all night long. They packed the card entirely. From Naito on downwards, they were just going to have everybody, pretty much every match ended, and I'm having my secret partner or opponent or whoever come now. And then they walk to the ring. They did that about 8 times over, and I'm not exaggerating. The chat will back me up in that. It was very just like the simplistic, easiest way out. And like you said, no one really cares about Forbidden Door because it's in its own little universe. It kind of pauses the storylines you have going on, and it does this, hey, super card kind of thing. At least that's how it was supposed to be booked to begin with. But after that initial pay-per-view, so many companies were really working with each other that it never really felt like this was a true need anymore. So,
yeah, it just feels like they're it just feels like there's too many outside things. This goes into the whole Ring of Honor thing too. It's like outside belts, now Ring of Honor belts, now there's a Million of Our belts, now there's Forbidden Door outside Japanese. Like, it's just, I don't care. I don't give a shit about, and I've already seen everything. I don't care. There's no matchup with Kazuki Kikushku and Kazuko, like, Manufatu that I give a fuck about. I don't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? Unless it's a dick-sucking match. Like, I don't care. So that's me. That's where I'm at now. I literally give no shits. That's why I'm not really watching, because they're mailing it in because they can't make a story out of this. All they can do is be like, look, cool matchups. That's the story.
And that's really what it is. That is the only story. Hey, it's this guy versus this guy. It's Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. That's going to be amazing, right? And I'm sure Forbidden Door will be good, but he keeps saying how he's booking for the sickos, and that's the only people he really had in mind tonight. And after seeing last week's record low of 500,000 viewers, you figure it would be all hands on deck panic mode. But instead, they went full gear ahead with the Forbidden Door stuff. I know you're trying to sell tickets for that, but like you said, it wasn't really anything interesting. It was just, oh, this one appears, this one's coming out. And a lot of times, the crowd didn't react. So it felt very blah and bland.
You know, what they should have done was they should have just ignored Forbidden Door and had these crazy stories that they can carry over the night after Forbidden Door on their own show, and just booked Forbidden Door. Like, look at these matches we got for Forbidden Door, but the story of AEW Dynamite continues separately almost. You know, it's like...
Out of the 10 or 11 booked matches for the pay-per-view, there's only one that essentially matters, truly, and that's Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay for the World Championship. That has ramifications outside of Forbidden Door. But everything else just falls flat. You know who's going to win. You know who's going to retain. There's no danger. There's no mystery. It's all just, as you said, pretty straightforward because of the forbidden idea of booking. They want to go ahead and have all these dream matches, but I don't know what that does for, you know, the non-sickos. Does it get anybody that isn't already watching to tune in?
The sickos are about 400,000 people. That's about it. 400,000. That's it.
And what killed me, and we didn't really get to discuss this much, but the biggest thing that destroyed me about the record low rating was that everyone couldn't help but those defending it say it was because they didn't have the Big Bang Theory lead-in. I mean, you had Brian Alvarez, Dave Meltzer, so many of the usual defenders say that outright. Hey, they didn't have Sheldon Cooper this week, and that's a huge issue. So because they didn't have a weekly sitcom to go ahead and start them off with as many viewers as possible, that's why they had a record low average. How does that defend them at all?
That's not good.
I fail to see how that's a working excuse.
Well, I mean, it's definitely a factor of the equation, but like that's not exactly a great factor, but it hurts them for sure. But I mean, how much? I don't know. That's not. If that's what you're worried about, then that's a problem. Like you got, I don't know what. Exactly. How many people actually hang out after that's over by accident? I mean, probably maybe 50,000 to 100,000 people. We'll say, right? So if there's like 1.5 million people watching that show. How many people hang out? I mean, to see
it's usually
AEW?
From like 800,000 to 900,000, and it drops to around 750. That seems to be the average lately.
Yeah,
but
I don't
being
know.
under 500,000, I mean, I can understand. Oh, they had the Super Bowl on the other channel, but they really didn't have any steep competition. And then on top of it, I think it's just the lack of interest for Forbidden Door. You had your definitive fans, like you said, your set audience tune in, and that's anywhere between 400,000 to 550,000 around there. And everybody else tuned out because they don't give a damn about these quote unquote dream matches.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I didn't watch. I don't care. I want to watch a crazy show. Said,
we got face MJF to start it off, and then we go ahead and they go right into the BCC taking on New Japan's, next interchangeable duo. So you had Takagi, Takahashi, and Titan. Oh, yeah, my favorites. And the match ended because Moxley brought in a chair and slammed it over somebody's back. And that's when Naito, his music played. And after a minute of his music, eventually he sauntered down to the ring, and him and Moxley kind of stared at each other, and Moxley kind of brawled with him to the back, and that was it. So, yay, the crowd couldn't give a shit, and I don't really care that he's the current New Japan champion, and it seems like, hey, we're just going to put the belt on Naito after the fact, and Moxley was just to try and bring over some American viewers, and it didn't work.
Right.
Because I don't see what it's done. Yeah, I mean, Alex brought it up in the chat saying it's only sold 10,000 tickets for Sunday night. So is it a success ticket-wise? I mean, previous times they've sold 16 and 18,000 seats, so it depends on if they do more day of, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a success yet. It's not a failure by any means, but it's not bringing in viewership like I think they thought it would.
Alex Oli in the chat said, Jake DeMarco, Forbidden Door has 10K tickets sold and for Sunday night, so I guess it's kind of a success ticket-wise. Yeah, because I think the event is interesting when it comes to the night of. Like, that's interesting, kind of. But it's not an interesting build-up because it's really just about these people are going to wrestle. That's interesting, kind of, but that's it. So the week-to-week story is meaningless. So therefore, any week-to-week story leading up to it or anything like isn't interesting because it doesn't really matter. So, I think that's the problem. And we said this last year, and the problem with Forbidden Door is that there's minimal build, and there's really. Now, I didn't see the show tonight. Maybe there was interesting build, and I don't know, but.
I say no, and I'm not just trying to be negative. There really wasn't. Everything came down to, look, here's our mystery opponent, or here's our surprise opponent, or here's our surprise partner. And they're at the UBS Arena, so they sold 10K tickets, but it's seated for 18,000, according to Newsday.com, talking about AEW Forbidden Door. So they've sold about half of the tickets so far, a little over half. If it's 18,000, they're at 10. 9 would be half, so 54%, something like that.
Yeah.
Not great still, but not terrible.
Yeah, so
tonight, like I said, then we had Jay White and Ray Phoenix, and this is an Owen Hart Cup match. Another problem is there's been a lot of tournaments. There's been tournament after tournament after tournament, and those typically don't draw to begin with. People like tournaments, but they never drew well throughout wrestling history. That is a fact. And unfortunately, I feel like we're just weighed down by tournaments, so it never feels special anymore.
It's too many.
Yeah, far too many. And again, too many belts, too many tournaments. You have Jay White coming out with 9 belts at this point in time. And, it's only one title. But then why have them have all 9 belts? Regardless, this match ended up being a wash, basically. Jay White defeats Ray Phoenix in about 10 minutes of the match. And then they went ahead and it's like, oh, well, we'll see whoever wins will face the winner of Jeff Jarrett versus the wild card entrant, because now the Elite have announced that they have a wild card entrant that they're picking that is going to go ahead and win the tournament so they can bring the gold back to the Elite.
Right.
So who's that going to be? We'll see.
Who cares?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Christian Cage, had his team out there at the end, and it was supposed to be like he was going up against the Bullet Club Gold members. I thought it was weird. And I don't know. It's just the whole thing is they packed in as much as possible without saying anything. And that was a lot of the problem. I mean,
yeah.
Who's going to be the wild card? I'm not sure. People were joking, saying it's Brandon Cutler. I'm not sure who they're going to throw in there. At least there's a little bit of intrigue with that, but we'll see how they follow it up. Then we get the Acclaim coming out there, and they cut their own typical promo, and it goes on and on and on and on. And then you have Okada come out, and he does his typical swear line. Instead of ass, this week he said bitch, scissor me bitch, go Okada. That Duolingo, is paying off greatly. He's certainly making waves of the English language.
He should have called him he should have said like scissor me
is what that's what we got. So then Billy Gunn had to say, look, I know a president. Who could that be? Oh, the New Japan president, Tanahashi. Hey, he's on the screen. We're going to see him. He'll be here Sunday. And again, that's the third time now in this review that, look at that. They've pointed to the screen and we've gotten somebody being announced.
Yeah, it was like a video game.
So the addition of they added a trios match to Forbidden Door. So we're going to have the Elite taking on the Acclaimed with Tanahashi. So I'm sure it'll be a good match, but again, who gives a shit? And the Elite have to win here, don't they? But if they beat the Acclaimed here, then what's the point of going for blood and guts with the Acclaimed?
Right.
So the booking, again, makes no sense.
Backwards.
Then we had Tony Storm came out with Mariah May. I'll give them a little bit of a haha here. So then Mariah runs backstage, and she comes out with Mina Shirakawa again afterwards. They do their little Stardom dance. And the three of them were taking on Saraya, Anna Jay, and Harley Cameron. They threw this into picture-in-picture in all but 30 seconds, came back, and Shirakawa hit a back fist on Cameron and then hit her finisher, and that was it. It was like in and out quickly. Of course, it's the women, so they're not going to really do much. And afterwards, you had, all the girls fighting amongst each other, and it's like, who's going to team up? Which way is Mariah May going to go is basically what they're coming down to. And Shirakawa went to go and swing, and Storm ducks, and she breaks the bottle over Mariah May's head. So the crowd's chanting, "You effed up," and that's basically where we left off. So is Mariah May going to side with who? Basically, who gives a shit? Then you had Sasha cut a terrible promo saying she's going to be two belts Monet now because she's going to take Stephanie Vacour's title. And she's like, I know you had a collision match. I'll be there ringside for it. But, excuse me, she sounded very just boring and just it's all a catchphrase. Then, of course, what's better than more Chris Jericho time? So they let him come out with Big Bill and a beat-up Black Hangman. And they're just basically bitching about Shibata beating up Keith Lee on Collision. I don't think anybody saw that. And Jericho said he is the sensei of the sickos.
Oh.
So he's officially just really jumped the shark with this. And I know that was his intention, but I don't think he did it in a way that he meant to. This doesn't have like, boo, you suck heat because you're winking at us. This just has tune out, go away heat. I couldn't deal with it much more as he was being, with the great facade of hi guys and trying to emote like he's happy when really you can tell this is all bothering him, and that's supposed to be the point of the character, but it's not landing. The crowd doesn't give two shits. Then we got Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata. They came out. Minoru Suzuki's, is he going to be Jericho's partner? He comes out. No, he's going to wrestle Jericho one-on-one. Why? Forbidden Door. That's fucking why. What are you, stupid? That's why. Jesus, don't question Tony Khan. I mean, that's why. It's Forbidden Door.
I want Tony Khan to wrestle their president. When's that going to happen?
I don't. And then Jericho's fighting Joe. He slaps him, and Joe hits him with the headbutt, and then they get everybody out of the ring. And It's like, oh, Jericho and Bill don't have a partner, but so they're having a trios match, but then they're not. So Jericho and Bill need a partner. But I thought Suzuki said he was facing Jericho one-on-one. None of this, again, made sense. With what Excalibur said, with what they said before, Suzuki wanted a one-on-one match. Then they said they don't have partners for the triple, or, the trios match. Excuse me. So I'm just confused, and again, don't want to tune in. Then we had Kyle O'Reilly take on Zack Sabre Jr. At one point, they had Kyle O'Reilly cut a promo in the back, and it was supposed to be funny. I get what they're going for. They were trying to make him sound like he was a Briscoe brother, but it fell flat for me. In the event, Kyle O'Reilly took on Zack Sabre Jr. They were very technical, but again, picture in picture. By the time you come back, they're working submissions, and Kyle O'Reilly taps out. And that's when you have the undisputed assholes on the stride. So, they're all hanging out over there. You got Strong, Taven, Bennett, and, they're all checking on Kyle O'Reilly. And it's like, why are you guys even thinking at this point? What is the point of the undisputed assholes? I fail to see. And then Zack Sabre Jr. and Orange Cassidy go face to face, and that's when his goons come in the ring, and that's when Orange Cassidy smiles, because if you look at the Titantron, he's got another person to come out. That's right. It's the what is it? Ishii. Yeah. Oh, saw that coming a mile away. Ishii.
I'd pop for Ishii maybe. Oh.
Yeah, he came out. He walked all slow, like he shouldn't even be coming into the ring, and that was that. Taz was just like, there's so much going on here. No shit, Taz, because none of this makes sense. So
there's so much nothing going on.
Is there that's the problem. And they just keep bringing people out, and it's like a never-ending story. So you had the match, but then you had the after clusterfuck with the undisputed assholes, and then everybody's standing face to face with, Orange Cassidy. And then he had Ishii come out. It kept going. And,
you know what's going to happen if Ishii gets in a match with Orange Cassidy? This, Jake, is going to happen. Did this happen tonight, or is this an old clip?
And he is making it famous here in AEW. And Claudio has no defense at all.
No, that's an old clip.
The fuck?
But that's the stuff that I'm sick of. That's why I wasn't crazy about the Zack Sabre Jr. match with Kyle O'Reilly, because when you come back, they're slapping the shit out of each other.
Jesus.
And it's like, he's got his leg, and then they're just slapping each other, and Sabre's slapping O'Reilly, and they're just slapping him, and then it's like, all right, and then he put him in a cross arm breaker, I think it was, and then the triangle for which he tapped out in. But I'm so tired of the MMA strong guy, we're going to punch or elbow or chop each other shit. I was never a big fan
or
of that.
Or kick each other. Over and over.
There was only one time where the chopping really worked, and it's still the most violent match without weapons ever. And it was the only match in the pandemic to work so well with no audience. But it was when Gunther took on Ilya Dragunov, and they had that incredible NXT UK match. And I'm telling you, I still go back and watch that once every couple of months. It's incredible. And that was one of the most brutal and hardcore matches without the use of weapons. These two men annihilated each other. It was incredible what they did. And then you see these, like you said, the super soft chops and the weak slaps. And it's like, if you're going to do it, go for broke or don't do it at all. Because a lot of times they make it look like shit. Then we had Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay take on the Gates of Agony. So you're having the guys who are facing each other team up. Can they coexist? That kind of bullshit. And it just felt so played out and boring again. They're going to win because it's the champions. And they do. And then, oh, look at that. Swerve turned and, kicked him in the face. And that's how it ends. You didn't see that coming a million miles away? Oh, and that was the thing with tonight. So either people came out and walked out and it made no sense for the booking, or they had the surprise opponent, surprise partner, or it just was predictable, sadly. I was hoping with the record, low viewership last week that Tony would be panicked and be like, all right, even if that was a one-off, I still don't want it to become a trend. We need to book something solid here.
Didn't they have some of the lowest ratings last year during Forbidden Door too? Didn't the ratings die?
I think it was their rating slump as well back then too. I think it went down to the 600,000.
Because it's not a week. It's like it's losing the people that are watching for entertainment.
Yeah. And sadly, you know, they keep talking about the sickos, but that's really what it comes down to. The crowd is not familiar with most of New Japan's talent. It seemed like they popped for just a few of the biggest names, but I mean, so you're going to have Okada and, you know, Tanahashi. Oh, it's a, you know, these type of things again it's all stuff we've seen time and time again. So again, it's not the same dream matchup that I think they really were going for. And I'm really surprised that they're having, you know, Ospreay take on Swerve this soon. We'll talk about it later with Forbidden Door predictions, but still.
I mean, listen, I don't know. But for God's sake, let's move on to something different than AEW, though, because this... Fuck this. Like, I mean, like, I'm
SmackDown this past... Friday night, excuse me, I almost said Saturday. This past Friday night.
Yeah.
What did you think of SmackDown? Did you see much of it, or at least the highlights?
Oh wait, this is the one that I went live for, right? Because I was really interested in it.
Yes.
Yeah, of course I saw it. Yeah, because I watched it. I did a review.
I was waiting. I was giving you an opening.
I know. Right? No, I couldn't remember though. I was like, wait, is that the one I watched?
Yes, I was trying to jumpstart your brain, but yeah,
that was good.
I almost wish we didn't see him yet, but the way he completely decimated Punk and carried him out there like it was a sacrificial lamb brought to slaughter was incredible. And I like the story they told throughout. The Fatu debut was perfectly done. There was just a lot of really good things on the show overall. And they had 2.336 million viewers, so up a little bit. They had 1.95 the week before, so up, I think they said about 18%. Good on them. AEW
Shit
Collision.
Bomb. Whoa.
Joe and Jake take my money, you comos.
Wow. Broken Lion dropped a super chat, $2 super chat.
Broken Lion.
He called us comos. Comos. Okay. Broken Lion, thank you.
Instead of anything else, yeah.
He'll take anything. Take it up the ass.
431 for Collision, so... they had a 0.13 rating in their all-important demographic. Last year, they were at 595,000, so they're slowly dropping below their trend. NXT went ahead and had another solid rating. They were at 724,000 in the viewership. They held the 0.18, down from the 0.26, but not down overall, so that's good. And TNA has gone ahead and they're announcing that they're signing Sinner and Saint. So good for TNA. Hopefully, the more they go ahead and start to add new talent, it seems like they've got plans going forward. They're doing things with WWE coming up. They've got some people being shared back and forth with the rosters. So I'm intrigued with what they're doing. NXT is on a hell of a run right now, and we got Heatwave coming up next week, July 7th in Toronto. I know Spaz is going to that one and a few others. You got Trick Williams taking on Javon Evans and Ethan Page and Sean Spears in a four-way for the NXT title. That's going to be a hell of a match. Roxanne Perez and Lola Vice for the women's title. Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruka for the women's North American Championship. And Obafemi versus Wes Lee for the North American men's title. And then you got Nathan Frazier and Axiom defending the tag titles against Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. So Evans won, that 25-man battle royal. However, he lost the same main event on the same show to Ethan Page. So people were pretty unhappy about it. And then somehow it went ahead and turned into a four-way with this week. So do you feel like that kind of corrects the booking, or?
A little bit, but we'll see in the end what happens.
We'll see what happens. This past Monday night, Raw had a 1.814 million viewers, up from the 1.7 last week.
I missed Raw, too. I heard it was good.
Raw was actually really good this week. And unfortunately, Pat McAfee, his father-in-law, passed away on Monday, so he was not able to be there. And that's understandably why he missed Raw. He, I guess, was supposed to be more involved with the Howdy stuff going on that night, but also, we had the passing of Sika. He passed away at the age of 79. So, obviously part of the Wild Samoans tag teams is the father to Josie and Roman Reigns. So, Rosie, excuse me. I'm not messing names up.
Hard to, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, you figured how many have given their lives to wrestling on that side, their family tree.
Yeah, that's a huge tree, man. It's a legendary guy. It's a big name. It's a It's someone who some people don't even realize was alive, quite honestly. Some people are like, man, I thought he was like 90. I was like, no, it was 79. I mean, I would have thought he would be older for some reason.
Yeah,
and
you would assume so, but no.
Yeah, 80 almost. It's like too bad he didn't make 80. But yeah, Roman shit bum. Oh shit.
Will you live stream react to debate?
Yeah.
Hope so.
Yes, I will be live for the Joe Biden Trump debate, I think, tomorrow night. So I look for me.
It's going to be a fun one.
That should be fun. I should be here because nothing else is going on and I'm off. So yeah, Biden and Trump debate. We'll be here to review it and talk and have fun. I might even maybe I'll do shots or drinks or something like that every time Trump interrupts or they cut Trump's mic or Biden looks like he's going to pass out. I don't know. We'll come up with we'll have some kind of drinking game or something. I don't know. Louis Urdaneta gifted a membership. Thank you, Mr. Urdaneta, for gifting a membership. It looks like it's going to go to...
Drum roll.
I don't know, actually, who's going to get it. We're going to find out, I guess.
Mike. Hashtag NYR for life.
Oh, Mike, New York Rangers for life. That's great, because he's been a member before, so that's cool for him, man. He's a good guy. Shit bum!
Absolutely.
This Friday night on SmackDown from Message Happy 40th B-Day Joe Cronin sign front row above entrance ramp, look for it.
Oh,
I'll try to hang it during entrances.
Friday night on SmackDown, baby. That's going to be a big show, a fun show, and we might see a JCS sign. That's going to be sick, bro. If I see that, Alex.
JCS birthday extraordinaire.
Oh, yeah, on my birthday, too. You're right, a birthday sign.
Yes.
That's right. I'll be live Friday night
from
40.
Madison Square Garden.
That's crazy. We'll be looking for it, Alex. I'll be I probably will be streaming already by around that time, so I'll definitely show it if we see it. What a birthday. Are you going to write Joe's old as fuck happy birthday? Like, what are you going to write on the sign? Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate it, man. Severe thunderstorm in the vicinity.
Yes, it's coming down here. As I made a joke before in the chat, I said, if you lose me, it's because of the lightning.
Oh, yeah, it's been fucking this is crazy. And I was going to drive to that casino, too. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll still go there.
It's not that far away.
Maybe I'll...
it was nice that you and Leah, one, got away, but two, to hear Leah on the air today, too.
Yeah, it was good.
She was cool to have her back on. She was a wealth of knowledge, too, because I didn't know much about this case.
She
could cool to hear everything.
She could do 5 hours on that thing. She could keep going on that topic.
Well, it's really interesting, like, how much has happened. It's almost like an insurmountable odds against, like, it just, then another thing, and then it's like, but hold on, then there's more.
Oh, yeah. She was loving it.
Seems made up, but it's so true, and it's just insane that all these things happen in such a way.
If you're criticizing the crooked Canton police, Leah is all for it. But the minute that you criticize a judge who's liberal, Leah left the show at that point. I don't know if you heard that.
She was having more of it. Yes.
No, I'm all set with this now.
So I was happy you got away, but you did miss an excellent Raw. I mean, besides the howdy stuff, Braun Breaker, Ludwig Kaiser, they had an awesome match. I thought it was a great spot here, and the interference made sense. I liked, what they had going between everybody, and, it's like, all right, you got Breaker and Sheamus getting involved. All right, cool. Throughout the show, Damian Priest catches at first. He's like, oh, Finn Balor's talking to Liv by himself, and he's playing the new game console and TV that she got them. Like, they don't have enough money to buy a PlayStation 5, but hey,
right.
Liv's their sugar mama. And
Liv isn't getting paid,
handling it for them, and they kept having the story develop all night, and it was fun to see what happens. Oh, she got them the tag title match now, and now Finn, ends up winning the tag titles with JD from Awesome Truth, and how she basically convinced Truth to put up the tag titles. It was funny, but it makes sense. So at least they had some really cool things in there, and that continuity. And then Drew McIntyre cut another damn amazing
Drew
promo.
McIntyre?
Yes, Drew McIntyre.
Oh, it sounded like you said Jew McIntyre. I just want
Come on out, you rapist!
Mos Blaze became a member.
Another old school
member. Thank you, Mos Blaze.
And then you had the Chad Gable stuff, so he ends up winning the triple threat, but then you end up having the whole Wyatt Six thing with Nikki coming out. She was creepy as all hell. And I like how he just wanted to get away from her. Like, he didn't cower down in fear and scream like Seth Rollins did with The Fiend, but he was like, all right, this is creepy shit. I'm getting out of the ring. I'm getting out of here. Made sense. I wouldn't want to be, anywhere near that either. That's got some bad juju written on it. They give him the VHS tape, and it ends up being, Bo Dallas being interviewed by Uncle Howdy. And this was stellar. Very compelling. I like what they said here, and they brought up some great points. All the critiques that they've had thrown at them. Is this, are you basically ruining your brother's legacy? Do you feel like you're going to honor him properly? Are you taking anything away from him? And I really like the back and forth here. The editing was interesting. The portrayal and the acting was done great. I like it. I've enjoyed what they've given us so far, and it's not too hocus pocus unexplainable yet, so we'll see.
Oh, not to interrupt you, Jake, but shit, bum.
Oh shit.
Flight got cancelled. I'm stuck in fucking dog shit Newark tonight.
Oh my
got
god.
Another flight tomorrow to Vegas. God damn it. Sitting on a plane for 2 hours before they unload everyone because the pilot's too big of a pussy to fly in the rain.
Oh my god.
What a homo.
What the fuck, huge boner? Are you serious? Boner, come here. Let's go to fucking Twin River Casino in that piece of shit Rhode Island, and let's get fucked up, bro. Let's go, huge boner. New Jersey to Rhode Island, brother. Oh my god. Imagine that huge boner goes in. It's only four. Yeah. It's actually 4-hour drive. You don't want to do that, probably. No, don't do that. Never mind. Don't do that. But a huge boner. Thank you for the $5.
He's closer to me.
Yeah, that's true. You could go to Foxwoods. How far away was I from you at Foxwoods?
Like an hour.
Oh, okay, that's pretty far. All right. Well, I'm going to interrupt you, Jake. But oh my god. We need 100 likes right now. What the hell, guys? Click the like button. Hit the like button now. Hit the like. We need 100 likes. We need 100 likes. We need 100 likes. We need. We need 100 likes. We need 100 likes. We need 100 likes. We need 100 likes. Give us some likes. We need some likes. Give us some likes. We need some likes. We need some likes. Give us some likes. We need some likes. Do it for Ned. Need some likes. We need some likes. We need likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. You fucking hit the like button. Hit the like button. We only got 85 likes. We only got 85 likes. We only got 86 likes. We only got 86 likes. We only got 86 likes. We only got 89 likes. Hit the like button, we only got 89. Hit the like button, we only got 89. 11 to go, 11 to go, 11 to go. 90 likes. Oh, fucking 90 likes. Click the like button, 90 likes. If you want the show to go 90 likes, 10 likes away. We just need 10 more likes to still be live. 91 likes, everyone. 91. Everybody click the like button. Everybody click the like button. Everybody click the like button. Do it for Ned. We need 4 likes. 96 4 away. We Ned 4 likes. Yay!
Oh my God, brother.
Oh my God, we hit the likes as soon as the song ended. That was crazy.
Any better.
Yeah, you couldn't time that any better. That was crazy. We only lost 10 viewers because of that annoying shit I just did. But you know what? Fuck this, bro. If I don't get 100 likes, 200 people are here, we don't have 100 likes, I'm fucking killing myself.
Well, speaking of killing yourself, how do you feel about WWE Raw? Going to be no more censorship. Triple H said it's not even about changing the show. While he was on Pat McAfee, he was saying we're spending a long time every day trying to edit out chants.
Yeah.
And we're tired of it. You know, a lot of it was, The Rock comes in. You kind of can't tell Rock what to do. What are we going to tell him? And then he goes out and he says a bunch of stuff. And we're like, oh, God, it's like, so we have to censor him or cut him out. And that's not what we want, is a black screen showing up constantly. It was basically what his point was. So it's going to be TV 14.
Well, that's bad news, in my opinion. What you just told me is bad news because that means there's no concerted effort to be more crazy. It's just when accident things happen or once in a while things happen, you won't have to worry about it. So that's actually really bad news, what you just told me.
It could be, but
no,
I don't
serious.
know if this is it. Hey, we don't know.
That does not sound that. Wow, bro, that's huge. What you just said, that's a whole video. Like, Ghost from the Coast later, guys. Okay, see you, Ghost.
Here's the direct quote. So if the crowd chants "holy shit" or something much worse, they just take that audio. Sometimes they take the picture and the audio off, and it's just a black screen. So he said that's what he wants to change, and then he talked about The Rock. So that's what he wants to avoid with this. So like you said, that could be, like you said, just so we don't have to have those instances of few and far between take us off the air. Could make sense. But I also am wondering to see what else changes. There's a heavy rumor going around that we'll be seeing Raw be 2 hours on Netflix. That's not yet confirmed, but it certainly is a leading rumor currently. That was pretty much posted around heavily as fact for quite a while yesterday.
Yeah, there was a lot of confusing shit. I got to fix my mic. Hang on one second. But there's a lot of confusing shit. I'm down with all that stuff. But now, from what you just told me, I mean, now the show is not changing. You're just getting uncensored of what would have been censored.
What I think. Yeah, I would seem to lean that way. Yeah, and I don't know if that's terrible, though, because I feel like they're already changing in a way that's been edgier, and they don't have to be completely crass and, with nudity and swearing constantly to get their edge in and their point across. What they're doing now with pretty much everything they've done has been enjoyable to watch, and at the times it's needed to be a little bit crazy or extreme. It has been. You see Punk bleeding from the mouth the other day being carried out like Jesus over Drew's shoulders. I feel like we've gotten some pretty crazy things, few and far between maybe, but it certainly meant something when we got them. So certainly I think that if they're just being careful to not have to censor those moments, I'm fine with it because everything else has been so much more enjoyable. And one of the things going forward that will change is that fans usually have to wait 30 days for their basically shows to be rebroadcast on Peacock, but they're letting it be known that even though they're going to Netflix, their Universal is still going to have Peacock's access 24 hours after whatever said event. So at least they'll get it day after. So it's second day streaming, is what they like to call it. So they've also acquired the rights for Raw and NXT 2.0. So shows will be on the WWE Network the day after airing live. So at least they'll still have it on the network and on Peacock going forward. So people that aren't able to watch live, you can watch it the next day. Thankfully, there's that option. But yeah, there was a lot of misinformation and a lot of things were kind of up in the air. We weren't sure exactly, how this was working. We know Netflix is becoming a new home of Raw beginning 2025. It will be TV 14. And, I'm curious to see if there will be or what other changes will be made. Will we see a different start time? Will we see the show kind of brought down in size? Do we see Netflix come in and demand anything? Do they say that they want these certain stars at this certain time for this length? And I mean, there's a lot currently at hand, and you figure they're going to want some type of reliance or at least guarantee of something they're going to get. I know wrestlers can get injured, but I think they want to have, especially if they're going to have brand splits, they want to make sure that they get what their money worth. So I think going forward, I think WWE is going to be more aware of who is where and for what reason. And as far as, thought out storylines, you're not going to see people moving back and forth between brands as much, or if at all. And I think brand splits are really going to start meaning more in terms of storytelling. So I'm also looking up, we see quite a few different changes coming just to the production and things that we've enjoyed so far. So I'm curious what else they'll change going forward. I mean, there's a lot, but you never know with WWE, that's for sure. Another thing that's going around, a little bit of fun news, is that Maximum Male Models, so Mace and Mansoor, they were backstage at Collision, and they weren't used that night, but apparently they've been speaking with AEW Ring of Honor, and it seems like they'll be doing something with the promotion soon enough. So good on them. I'm glad those guys are still doing well for themselves. And, I enjoy at least seeing people succeed and going out and claiming their name, the Drew and Cody method. But it's working for them. They're doing well so far. So I'm enjoying it. As far as Forbidden Door this Sunday, Joe, I know we've got 11 matches announced so far. We'll give our preview going shortly, but that's one of the things that I kind of hope would change with AEW. I know they're not doing, 2-night shows all the time and things like that. So I know they want to get as many people onto the pay-per-view as possible, but 11 matches, I mean, it's going to be with kickoff probably a 4.5, 5 hour, maybe 5.5 hour show. These events are very, very long. And I've kind of gotten accustomed to the 5-match get in, get out WWE formula they've had recently. It's like 2 hours and 50 minutes pretty much. And you usually get a pretty well diverse but stacked card because it's concentrated. There's no throwaway matches because they only have 5 spots. Therefore, you don't have a bathroom break match or anything that's essentially throwaway. Everything pretty much has a point or reason for being on the card. As where this Sunday, you've got MJF taking on Hechicero. Obviously, we know that MJF is going to beat the New Japan's own, but I mean, does that need to be on there? I know they want to get MJF on the card, but that's the only reason to have that match there. Is just MJF's namesake.
Yeah, he's fighting Hechichiki or whatever.
Exactly.
And it's just to have him, like, he's doing something
Shit bomb
on the show.
Joe, Monday Night Raw is gonna be in Boston next week. Are you going?
I didn't even know that. I had no idea. This Monday coming up? I'm not. I don't work either. I could have gone to that. I actually could have gone to that because I'm not working.
It may not be too late.
Well, I'm not gonna. I'm sure it's sold out or close to it.
Probably close to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna go to that. But yeah, that'd be cool to go. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not gonna go to it, bro. I don't know. Have fun. But yeah, I won't.
Eventually, we have to set up some show for all of us to go to. Oh shit!
Haystacks Monet. What up, Haystacks? Yeah, balcony. There it is. Come on, Sesame. Come on, Sesame. I should have taken the kids to it. Fuck, yeah, it's too bad.
An artist now has Ada Hawk Twa song on YouTube. Also next day streaming rights sounds like sloppy seconds.
I know, Haystacks Monet, right? Thank you for the $9.99, Haystacks Monet. Is that the largest dono of the stream, Haystacks? Haystacks Monet.
It might be.
Haystacks. Dropping stacks. Look out. I can take End Me off the screen now. Haystacks Monet. Top dono. There it is, baby. Yeah, I guess I'm still on my vacation until Wednesday, so I could go to that, but yeah, I wish we didn't go to Foxwoods, and I wish I didn't buy groceries this week, and instead I fucking bought tickets to the Boston Raw. I could have taken the kids. Yeah, that'd have been cool. Fuck me, bro. Why did I go to fucking Foxwoods? Those motherfuckers. $280 hotel room. Fucking pieces of fuck.
Worth it. You got time with the wife.
Yeah, actually, it was really good. I actually, when I got home, I miss like interacting with her, because it was like for a whole day and a half, it was just me and her making decisions, talking, and like everything. It was like we were joined or something. And now that we're back in the house, it's like, oh, I've lost that other brain. Like, it's very weird. So it was really good, but yeah, it sucks. It actually sucks now to be kind of like, we were like really, I don't know, it was weird. I don't know how to explain it. But
it's nice to miss each other.
Yeah. And, but we're thinking about, next year having a canoe accident.
Ooh.
Yeah. You ever had a canoe accident and then charged
I had a kayak incident, but not a canoe accident.
No? Okay.
No, the kayak incident changed me.
The kayak, yes. Yeah. You're afraid of upside down things now.
Yeah.
And butterflies freak you out.
Well, it flipped over, and then I tensed up, and I fucking kayak just right out there.
Now, did you throw up during that accident? What are we talking about? What are we doing right now? Like, I don't know.
Duncachino?
Chris Elkins. What's up, Chris?
What's my name?
Oh, Chris is going to knock Haystacks off there real quick by a cent.
Remind me of butterfly.
Butterflies.
Who do you guys think the 6th member of the Wyatt Six is?
I think it's Bliss. I think she's just not back yet. She's still got Baby Vag to fight, so she's trying to get the clam cooter back in shape. But she might be back soon. It seemed like they were teasing that on Raw. At least they showed an image of her. I think that's what they were kind of getting at. But if it's not her, then I think it's just Bray being the unnamed unmanned 6th member. He's the lantern. I think it's either one of those. I don't think it's going to be anybody else. I don't think it's Braun. I don't think it's... Yeah, I think it's just going to be either it's the Lantern or it's Alexa. More than that, I think it's Alexa Bliss, because we don't have Sister Abigail yet. And we have everybody else from the Funhouse. So that's what I'll go with. I was very intrigued with, the VHS video, though. That was a lot of fun to break down after the fact, and they threw in a lot of Easter eggs. So
something was wrong with my screen.
Don't feel bad. Something's wrong with my brain.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm drinking a Celsius, so.
Really quick, side note. You said butterfly, and I don't know why, but it popped in a random memory in my head. So now you got to listen. We went to the Butterfly Museum Garden years ago, 3-4 years back. We went on that Boston vacation that we had.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when we were leaving, I got all the way to the car, and I sat down, and all of a sudden I looked down, and there was this butterfly on my leg, and the thing was huge, gigantic, and it was one of the really rare ones, and I didn't notice that it had just attached itself to my pants, and I walked out with this thing. So I walked back in, and I'm like, oh, look, you had a jailbreak, trying to make a joke, and they were like freaking out, like, oh my God, don't touch it, don't move, don't. It was some like very rare butterfly that decided to try and, take its way out with me.
Imagine if you came back in and you were like, oh,
over my shorts. No, I sat on it.
No, if
my big fat ass.
No, you come back in, you go, I forgot my wallet. Did anybody find a wallet? What the hell is this on me? And then when they go, oh my God, then you go, what the fuck are bugs on? And then you smash it and kill it. Oh my God. Something's on me. And you just purposely kill it in front of them. And you videotape their expression when you kill it.
Oh, that would have been. Get Courtney sitting in the corner filming it. Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch. I thought it was a dragonfly, you cunt.
Right. You walk out, too, through this high-pressure air, vent. So it's supposed to, if anything's on you, it's supposed to keep them away, and it blows them back. And this guy wanted a free ride. He was getting the hell out of there and following me to Taco Bell.
Yeah. That's funny. That's fucking hilarious. You would almost sat on him, too.
I almost ended his life getting in the car. If I was just a little bit fatter, he would have hit right into the horn. Last thing he would have heard would have been his asshole hitting his head.
Another severe thunderstorm. We get it. Thunderstorms are happening. Let me know when a tornado happens.
This morning too, as you said it. So that's what's making so much noise now. It's coming down like buckets outside.
Did you already have it earlier like we did? Because it happened like in a couple hours ago. It was crazy.
Yeah. We had rain a few hours back, and again now.
Yeah,
and
it was
now
crazy.
It's like there's thunder and lightning, and
let it rain.
Recently becoming afraid of storms, which is random.
Oh, the dog randomly just starting now?
Yeah.
My dog's getting more afraid of things now, too, out of nowhere. It's weird.
Strange.
She's afraid of the grill because the grill moved one day. She was outside, and the wind blew the grill. And she was like, oh, what the fuck? Why is that moving? And she ran off the porch, and it's been like 4 weeks. She won't go shit because she looks at the grill and goes back inside and won't go near it.
She thinks it's going to pop out at her. Yeah.
Yeah, she thinks she's terrified of inanimate objects. Doesn't make sense.
The vacuum. So, yeah.
So I'm thinking Leah's like, put it out front so she won't ever get out, you know?
Yeah, hey, that's a smart idea.
Yeah, who the fuck has their grill out front? Yeah, exactly. But it's weird.
I know who, but can I say?
Oh, actually, I did one. I used to. But what? You? Well, you have to.
Me.
It's like
not anymore.
Why'd they stole it?
Fire in the back.
They stole that from you too?
Yeah, that's right. You know it.
They stole your grill?
They stole everything.
Wow.
At one point in time.
They didn't take those belts.
They did
those
not.
belts.
They did not.
Those will be the first thing to get taken, though. I'll tell you that. They come in.
I wouldn't doubt it. They come in.
Someone comes in there. That fucking they'll melt that. They'll melt the monetize this belt down to a goddamn ring because that's how much gold is on it.
Crackheads will be smoking off it like a spoon. Absolutely.
Yep, that's gold, brother. That's it's $50, and then
you see chips of the monetize this title running through a Smurf network.
Exactly. Well, actually, I could see them like
dealing in pieces of the monetize this title.
If they found out that it's me and what the show is, and because they'd probably look it up maybe, and if they did, they'd probably ransom me. They'd be like, you know what, I got your belt, motherfucker, $3,000. I'll give it back to you. You know that I'll leave it like you leave the money here or whatever, and
you're
then I'll
saying
leave
all
it.
this shit like you're crazy, but there was a fight in the neighborhood not that long ago, and one of the guys lost his chain, and it was worth a lot of money.
Wow. Yeah.
And it ended up being the ex-girlfriend that found it, but he didn't know it. And she gave it to a different neighbor to basically hold it for ransom, and they split the money.
Wow.
The guy gave money for the chain back because it was worth thousands of dollars, and apparently it was actually his dad's, and he was just trying to flaunt. And
you can't buy a car right now.
And yeah, but
the car dealerships are all down. They got a ransom too.
He handed out some money. Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, it was funny. So the ex-girlfriend finessed the father-in-law and the boyfriend all at once.
Should have given him a hand job.
Them both too, knowing her, but you never know.
Is that like the Kids Divas title you got up there? Or is that like the real
That's
thing?
Danny's old one. That's Danny's old, the one she got at the show.
Oh, it's the kid one though.
Yeah, it's the kids title.
I was like, damn, I wonder if that's the real one.
No, I'd be a pretty,
I can't believe how the other monetized this belt, the old one. Why does it look so much bigger than the new one? I thought the new one was bigger than the old one.
I know, right? But I think it's just the
positioning because it's closer, so it looks bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old belt looks fucking unbelievable for some reason. Like, that looks really good from right here. Absolutely. Like, mine doesn't. My old one, I mean, it looks pretty good, but yeah, it looks new. Like, you can see how, like, that looks tiny, but it's the same one. Isn't this the same one as that you have?
No, it's close, but
no, I mean the other one.
Oh no, this one's bigger. So you are right.
Oh, it is bigger. Oh my god! Yeah. So you literally have the exact version of this, but the bigger,
it's just larger. Yeah, for the out of nowhere.
What? That actually is cool. I don't even have. That's better than the one I have.
It was just a slightly bigger one, Caesar, for size comparison.
I'd love to rob you and rape you at the same time.
Ooh. Are we role playing? Then I no, sir, you cannot.
You'll be Vince McMahon. You'll be my whore. Huge boner.
Graduated to head shitting yet, or what?
That don't tell you when I'm going to do that to keep that a surprise.
Huge boner blowing up the show earlier.
Well, I can't believe that he's stuck at the airport right now. That's crazy.
That sucks.
That sucks balls. I was thinking, like, I wonder if he's going to land in the next couple hours, and then
I was hoping he was there already. When you get stuck on the tarmac for 2 hours because the pilot doesn't want to take off with a little bit of rain, to the pilot. Just a little bit of rain.
Yeah.
The next in the news, 187 die.
I'm going to bet it's the lightning. I'm going to bet it's not the rain. I bet it's the lightning. Right?
Yeah, if I was a pilot, you just go for it. I'd be like, hey, everybody, give me whatever cash you got in your wallet. What? You got crypto? All right, here's my app.
It must be a minority hire pilot.
Plane?
It's a DEI pilot.
That's why he's not. He's just afraid of keeping his job.
Right? He's afraid of everything, probably. If he's a DEI pilot, he's like, I shouldn't even be here. You know?
I don't even know how to fly.
Why don't want to fly? It's probably not Indian, by the way, but I'm just doing that.
They can hire the same people they hire at Stop and Shop.
AEW killed off Swerve's momentum. Yeah, I mean, he's dead in the water.
He keeps having to wrestle. They didn't have MJF wrestle ever, but they have Swerve either open or close the show every time.
Yep.
And he's been in pretty much just the never-ending feud that's gone nowhere. And they're both faces, so you really don't want to boo Will or Swerve. So you're in this strange predicament of like, well, who do I want to see win here? They're both champions. Do I want to see either one lose? Do I want to see... It's a bizarre scenario to have right now.
Why don't they put him up against Jericho and make Jericho say, like, I'm going to teach you how to be a champion, and, like, have him beat Jericho, like, 3 times, and make Jericho lose to Swerve 3 times.
I would do anything at this point to put Swerve over as a champion because he doesn't feel like the champion, certainly, and he's not treated like the champion. And then the Young Bucks just have the belts there. So they're doing a trios match, with Okada. And it's like, so why be the tag champs? Those belts are going to be forgotten about for months and months on end because the storyline? But they lost to Sting and Darby. So they really shouldn't have even had the chance to get the tag titles. It was just, it's. And then sometimes they book themselves in advantageous positions or they'll do things. And then they're like, well, we need a wild card to win the tournament so then he can go for the title and win the title. Can't you just pick anybody you want to go for a title match this week because you're the EVPs?
Right.
So some weeks they can book matches and do things. Other weeks they have to follow rules for no reason. So that's where it gets tricky. So when they originally brought out Christopher Daniels, I'm like, oh, good. We got Tony doesn't want to be on screen character permanently. Okay, fine. But here we go. We got somebody that's going to be the authority figure you answer to. We haven't seen him. He hasn't done jack squat. And you still have the Elite running around, but Tony's in Gorilla. So why are they there to take over when Tony's there? I thought they only could take over when Tony wasn't able to fly. Now my brain hurts again. That's the problem here.
Yeah. They don't explain it.
These are the problems I'm not having in WWE right now that we used to have years ago with Vince. There were so many people and so many times you were like, what is Vince doing? Why is he having... I mean, look at how everything happened with The Fiend. It was horrible.
Yeah, we didn't know.
He ended up with Bray getting burned, and then he magically walked down a hallway and healed himself, and he was no longer burnt, and then he got beat, and Alexa started bleeding black stuff, and that was it.
Do we ever get an answer as to what the fuck they were doing there? Like,
no.
Or was that because of Bray?
Took over the role when he left, just so how many millions of Lily dolls she sold? It's crazy. Those things
was that because he wanted to leave or because his heart thing started at that point? We didn't know.
I think that's because he was. They were saying it was like difficult to work with him with Vince. They were like butting heads often. And it wasn't anything to do with, it was all during like the quote unquote budget cuts, and that was their reason to get rid of so many. He was one of the many layoffs originally, but then they brought him back. Triple H brought him back, but then Vince also wormed his way back in at the same point in time. So you kind of never really got anywhere with it, but it was Bray and Bo. They were finally together. You had Uncle Howdy and Bray doing their thing together. So the brothers finally got to start this story. And then Bray died. So when they bring it up on this past Monday with that, one-on-one interview and saying, how do you feel after his death? Do you think you're honoring his legacy? All these different questions. And it was powerful. They did a really interesting thing. And I'm very curious to see where it goes from here. Hopefully they have like human sides to them, and then the only one I agree with Sith, the only one that should be masked is probably Uncle Howdy at this point. Everybody else shouldn't be, and we don't need undead zombies, but we got to see what we get here. So I'm curious how much goes into the spooky, devilish stuff versus how much is going to be based in reality.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see, though. It's interesting.
Well, it's about everything I've. I mean, there's one more thing.
We have the Forbidden Door.
Oh God, that's right. We got to go over that. Fucking, I don't even want to. Like, I gotta tell you, before we get to Forbidden Door, Forbidden Door, real quick. Shane McMahon, AEW. There's all this bullshit about it right now. Is it gonna matter? Yeah. It doesn't matter.
I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think it's legitimate because Tony went ahead and released a statement saying Shane's always welcome. So if Shane was interested or talking to Tony, I don't think Tony would put out a statement saying, "Hey, Shane, you're always welcome." So that right there was kind of like a rumor killer to me.
That means he's got no dialogue.
Yeah, nothing's happening. I think it just was discussed by, some high rees at some point. Wrestlers were like, "Oh, it'd be cool. Shane's my buddy. Wouldn't it be great to see him here?" And that's all it ever was. And then some people kind of ran with it like it was a legitimate possibility. I couldn't see, even with all the bad relationship now, I really couldn't fathom. I mean, anything's possible, but
it is now. I believe anything is possible for sure.
Anything's possible, sure. I mean, we could always see Shane show up, but I just find that so unlikely. And he doesn't have a bad relationship with his sister or with Triple H, as far as we're, supposed to know and concerned. Things are good there. So would he betray both of them by going there? I mean, there's a lot of family dynamic to it that isn't just him and his father, especially with Vince being ousted out now. So
yeah.
I don't see Shane anywhere near AEW, though. It would be interesting. I would be intrigued to see what they do with it, but that could be their own invasion. There's so many things that they could do with that, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm more excited about the debate tomorrow.
Yeah, the debate is more interesting than anything. Probably.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see what comes of this tomorrow. I am very excited. Joe Bishop said take a shot every time someone says jail. That'd be
I'll literally create a bingo card for tomorrow night if people want. I mean, I got a lot of stuff going on. Tomorrow night's the debate. Friday night's my birthday. Saturday night's monetize this. And then Sunday, is that Forbidden Door?
That is Forbidden Door.
Jesus Christ. Monday, Raw in Boston. I mean, what the fuck? There's something going on every day.
It's busy.
It's busy, and I'm thinking about, oh, never mind. Anyway, let's go through the Forbidden Door thing.
Yeah, so we got Chris Statlander and Momo Watanabe versus Willow and To Be Determined.
They're going to win, the good guys, the white people.
Yes, well, I think Willow...
Oh, Willow's a chocolate bar. I'm sorry.
There you go. Then we have the Elite with Okada taking on Scissor Ace, so the Acclaimed and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
The Acclaimed and Tanahashi...
You think they win? See, I think the Elite is going to win here because they...
Oh, no, I was just saying their names out loud thinking.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I'll go the Elite too because the Acclaimed is on the downer. They don't need to win, and the other team, who gives a fuck, and the Elite's got to look good. So yeah.
Yeah, the Elite have to look good going into Blood and Guts. So that's the only way I see it working. Then we have Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and To Be Determined versus Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata.
Say it again.
So the Learning Tree, Jericho and Big Bill, and To Be Determined versus Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata.
I'm going to say the good guys win this.
See, I'm going to go and say Jericho wins this with their To Be Determined. I don't think it's going to be Minoru Suzuki. Obviously, they tried to tease that, but whoever they do get, I think that we'll still see Jericho win here. I think they're going to try and keep his heel going. If it is, that'd be nuts on the heel side.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it'd be funny. Imagine it's Goldberg. He comes out and Goldberg has his eyes taped to look like he's Japanese.
Ooh.
That would be really racist. That would be a bold move.
Kind of fried rice that he throws at Jericho?
Yeah. Like give me something I'm not expecting, I wouldn't expect that. So give me like racist Goldberg and have him, just for the fun of it, put a yarmulke on his head too. So he's like really piling on the racism.
Oh, there we go. Just every bit of it.
Yep.
And then he can come out with Eddie Kingston's gas can too.
Well, he can come out. Well, no, he'll come out with Eddie Kingston's Palestinian flag, so they won't really get along.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, they won't like each other. That won't be cool.
It's still Pride Month too, so he's nailing every flag to him.
Yeah, maybe he put every flag. You know what? Wear a Trump flag, a Pride flag, and a Confederate flag, and just confuse the fuck out of everybody. You won't know what the fuck. What does this mean? I don't know. And a Palestine flag at the same time too.
On the front,
shit
it'll say
bomb.
Fuck the left, and the back it'll say
there
fuck
will
the
be
right.
an earthquake over 5.9 tomorrow during the debate either by Yellowstone National Park or by New Madrid Fault. Just had a vision.
Oh, wow. Everybody keep that in mind. Haystacks Monet with a vision of an earthquake.
Could you imagine tomorrow there's actually an earthquake? And
I know.
Nailed it.
I'm calling Haystacks. Bro, I'll call him. The Russian people are saying that America is working on a false flag to drop a bioweapon before the next election.
They also said Russians claimed we were working on a weather super weapon still to control the rain and that,
Yeah.
I was like,
HARP.
You know.
HARP.
It's out there.
Operation Paperclip. I mean, they might be right, to be honest. I don't know. Haystacks Monet, thank you for the $5. I feel like the Russians have been more honest about us than we have, so I don't know. But then again, they haven't been, so I don't know. It's hard to figure out anybody.
After the two trios matches, we have a men's Owen Hart Cup tournament first round match. So Bryan Danielson's taking on Shingo Takagi.
Oh, what'd you call him?
Ah, exactly. And then for that reason, I think we're going to get Danielson to win here because guess what? He'll still be around next week when they continue the tournament. So Danielson's got to win.
Yeah.
I don't see Takagi winning here. There's no reason. Then we already called MJF and Hechicero. We have Jon Moxley, who is the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. So he's the New Japan champion, top guy, against Tetsuya Naito.
He'll drop it here.
I think Naito gets the belt as well.
Yeah.
He lets go of it. He just had it to try and make it seem interesting for Forbidden Door.
Well, I also think they promoted New Japan and their belt the way the New Japan wanted, and now it's time to give it back, and it makes sense to give it back to them on our show. So, yeah, it's going to be. Maybe not, but I would think so.
He was a safe champion, so it works.
Yep.
Then we have Orange Cassidy taking on Zack Sabre Jr. I think Orange Cassidy's going to win here.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick Zack Sabre Jr.
All right. I like the change up there.
Although they Orange Cassidy's pulled out a couple of surprise good matches, so it could be one of those. But I'm gonna still say Zack Sabre Jr.
Then we have Timeless Tony Storm with Luther and Mariah May taking on Mina Shirakawa with Mariah May. Now, Mina did hit Mariah in the head with a bottle tonight, so we don't know whose side she'll be on, but she's supposed to be at ringside in support of both parties.
I think this will be fuckery.
I think so. I think Tony retains, though.
Yeah, I think Tony will retain by disqualification or she'll win by cheating, but I think it's either going to be a cheat or a DQ. I might even go with a DQ with Tony, but Tony Storm, will retain the belt by bullshit.
Yeah, and then Alfredo made a great point. Jericho has 2 matches, right, versus Minoru? But no, they didn't add that as a singles match. So it's only the triple threat that they have. They don't have it listed right now. And apparently it's not on this show that he's facing him. It was very confusing with what they did with Minoru Suzuki. So some ass backwards booking. But then we get Sasha, Mercedes Moné, the AEW TBS champion, taking on Stephanie Vacour. And that's the woman from CMLL who holds the New Japan Pro Strong Women's Championship. And that's the belt that Mercedes lost before. So she obviously is going to get that back, it seems like, and be a dual champ. I don't see Stephanie beating Mercedes.
Me neither. Yeah, Mercedes
No
Moné
one's beaten
with
Mercedes for a while.
I think I'm going to say Mercedes starts the night with that match too, by the way.
Oh, you think that's going to open the show?
It could. It's weird,
yeah.
but it's a bold prediction of mine.
It's that, or I think we'll get the
Zack Sabre Jr. Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy match was my guess because he typically starts a lot of the shows. Then we have Takeshita versus Mark Briscoe.
Oh, he's the man.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9.
He's huge boner.
I'm hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the feeling I'm coming, and my balls have turned blue. $9, suck my dick.
AEW blows. Let's get real here, no one actually gives a fuck about this Bush League clusterfuck give everyone a belt bullshit.
Right, everybody gets a belt, huge boner. There's no doubt, dude, it's fucking lame. Thank you for the $9 while you're stuck at the airport. And
that's kind of an issue too with Jericho, because he's got the FTW title and they're treating it like it's a real title, so why wouldn't you have just given him one of the other 30 real titles instead of having him tote around this fake title? The story is silly with him and Hook, and it feels like they've kind of forgotten that anyways at this point.
Right.
Feels like a waste. So, yep, second to last match we have on here is the ladder match for the TNT title. We have Takeshita versus Mark Briscoe versus Jack Perry versus Dante Martin versus Leo Rush versus To Be Determined. And this is for the TNT title that Jack Perry had his namesake claim to. But who do we see here win? I'm not sure who To Be Determined is yet, and that kind of makes it up in the air. If anybody, I could see Takeshita winning it. Goldberg, yeah. Everyone keeps saying he's going to be there at this show. So
they do?
People have teased it for weeks now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like one of those more meme worthy than anything. But
yeah, because Goldberg has made fun of them and said, like, I wouldn't go to that piece of shit place.
Yeah, so it's kind of been like the joke booking of he'll be in every match or he'll be the surprise for every match.
I didn't even know that's going on. I'm doing that on my own, but you're telling me other people are doing that? That's how fucking bored everybody is. They're coming up with the same joke and they didn't even know it?
Pretty much, yeah.
There's is
been
funny.
Memes coming out of it where like every surprise or To Be Determined is Goldberg.
Wow, that's funny. I had no
Should
idea.
Be Ryback. I agree.
Maybe I have seen it. It's like subliminally in my head.
Subliminally in your head. You're pulling a Dane Cook now.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm coming up with shit like amazing, and I just stole it. That's funny.
Enzo, I'd be fine with that. Let him win the TNT title.
Enzo would be cool.
This is the title that Edge lost. He has all these pins and rods and metal in his ankle and leg now, and I'm like, I don't feel bad for you. I wish I could, but I don't. There's no reason you should have jumped off the cage, and especially like that. It wasn't even the highest of jumps, so why you wouldn't have landed over him? I know, the barbed wire. You could have pulled your legs up and still gone on the side. I don't know why he did a pencil dive. Whatever
was terrible.
Went through his head to land like that. You knew instantly he done fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
And I feel bad for Edge that he felt he had to do something crazy.
Shit bum.
Foolish
idea. Roman returns solo. Dad died because of you. You destroyed the family. I left, and what did you do? You took my legacy. So we get Roman USOs and Sami versus Bloodline 2.0. Sami saves Roman.
Wow. That would be pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to use the guy's...
Yeah.
He just died. I don't know if they're going to use his death already. I mean, that's...
They could. Going to WWE, it's never out of the realm of possibility. I'd like to say no, but then again...
I mean, it's up to... They know their dad. They know what... You know what I mean? Like, if he was like, they know, he'd love this, or...
Exactly.
It's a way to tribute him.
How it tries to be it's like they end up with is like, this is okay.
Right.
Enthusiastic Icy Comments, right. I won that Diva titles in a 3-way with Xavier Woods and Brad Maddox, and only one of them was holding the camera, not both. And then, last but not least, Joe, we got Swerve Strickland, our AEW World Champion, taking on Will Ospreay. And I forget which belt he holds now. Is it the Continental Championship, the Intercontinental one? I really
don't know. It's like
wise ass.
Continental.
I forget which belt he has now. I'm trying to double check
know.
here. So, yeah, he's the International Champion.
Oh,
excuse me. International Champion.
Yeah, nobody
Okada
knows.
has the Continental title, I believe, right? That he got from Eddie.
I honestly have no clue. There's too many belts.
So
There's
hard.
too many belts.
None of them feel special because there are so many of them. And I hate to see Swerve Strickland lose here unless they pull out some real dusty finish that kind of saves both guys, which I don't really know what they could do for that. I mean, I'm not trying to sound lazy here. It's just like I'm not really sure because they're both faces. So you'd have to do something that starts a feud with somebody, and they're not. I guess you could say Swerve's been somewhat feuding with the Elite, so they could cost him, and that gets him involved in the blood and guts match. But that's a shitty way for Ospreay to win and to go on to All In and whatnot. I don't know. It just seems very lackluster to go with that. So I guess I'm going to pick Will Ospreay to win here just because I feel like I don't see him not walking away the champion, sadly.
Yep. I don't Ospreay's not. No one's. I don't think anyone's going to beat Swerve, but right. Well, they just can't do it. I guess right now. I suppose. I mean, they could. Honestly, I would
hope they wouldn't, but I think they're going to. I think they're going to have Ospreay beat him.
I would have him beat him because this sucks. In fact, I would have Ospreay beat him, but isn't Ospreay? Is he a bad guy? I don't even.
No, he's a face right now. Essentially, he left the. Is he still with the Don Callis? I don't know. It's all confusing, but he's supposed to be a face at this point.
Well, see, I would have Don Callis waffle fucking Swerve with like a brick, and bust him open. And then have Ospreay win and be a heel maybe or something. But other than that, I don't think they want to screw. They're afraid of screwing Swerve. So they'll just have Swerve win, I guess. But I would give it to. I'd get this belt off of Swerve as fast as possible. This fucking title is dead right now. But I blame them for it, kind of, more than Swerve. Swerve isn't great either. He's like a mid-card guy who should be a mid-card champion to see how that would go. But instead, they just gave him the world title. And
a problem they had still, too, with him, and I will hang my fucking hat on this forever, is just that they booked him as a heel for weeks and months on end, and then all of a sudden, he had to be a face champion. And it was such a quick turnaround from he was cutting promos in Hangman's children's bedroom. You know, he was cutting a promo on a baby, breaking into Hangman's house, you know, being the ultimate heel. A few weeks later, he was the face champion that had to win. So it certainly never really got time for the fans to get behind him enough. They were chanting Swerve's house. They danced with Nana, but that was about it. They never really fully got behind Swerve. And sadly, they could have gone into a few like decent feuds, but they went with Christian. That fell flat. And since then, it's just been like villain of the week or now Ospreay.
Yeah.
So he hasn't done much with the belt that's been compelling or worthwhile, and he hasn't really proved himself as champion. And if he doesn't beat Will here, then he won't be champion, so it won't really matter. So either he proves himself or he loses the title.
They got to get the belt on the learning tree, Chris Jericho. I'm dead.
Any belt that's not the FTW belt?
They got to get the belt on the AEW world title, put it on the learning tree, and have Chris Jericho cheat somehow, get the belt, and put it on the learning tree. Have him come out there with the belt every week and say, "Oh, you're wondering how I won this title, huh? Like, let me tell you." And just get the most heat you can get. And Jericho's just being a scumbag, boring fuck. And then have somebody, whether that's Swerve, Ospreay, or MJF, one of those three guys, beat Jericho for it after Jericho has it for like 6 months. And Jericho only wrestles 2 times to defend it maybe in 6 months. And just have Jericho hold it and be this. I know that you're out there thinking like, oh my God, no. But you know what? That belt has only done well when it's been on heels mostly. And they need to reset this whole thing.
Because they never build up
the
faces long enough to face anybody.
They do the WWE thing with the faces.
Yeah. And that's been a problem for them for a long time. Like, you're having the BCC out there tonight versus the New Japan guys, but I thought they were heels, but then they're booked as faces at times, and people switch so often that it's just confusing. You don't know which end is up, and you're like, okay, so who's fighting who, why, and when? That's a big problem. I hope they can turn things around once they get away from Forbidden Door and just kind of focus on Wembley, but we'll see what happens. It's not been great. I don't have the same interest I had in MJF a year ago. He was must-see a year ago. I couldn't get enough of him. And then the stuff that happened with Adam Cole, all right, ended up being decent, but we got great matches, great moments, and then they kind of started to jump the shark after they left Wembley, and it should have been done there. Instead, they went with the whole devil thing, and that fell, far off to the wayside. But hopefully they can kind of get their stride back after this pay-per-view. We'll see.
Well, I got another thunderstorm warning again. What is going on? Why do they keep sending out warnings?
I got another one a few minutes ago.
Every 10 minutes, I'm getting a warning, Jake. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's bad.
Damaging winds? We're going to get 70-mile-an-hour winds? That's random.
So what I just got was an update. It's a severe thunderstorm warning, and severe thunderstorms will be near us. Moving east at 45 miles an hour.
That's weird. Says for your protection, interior room of the lowest floor in the building.
Get in that basement.
Why? For a thunderstorm?
They're making it sound like it's a tornado.
I know. It's like, what? Considerable hail threat.
Well, that's not good.
Max hail size, wind threat, radar, max wind 70 miles per hour. Okay. Big hail? Leah just sent me a text, too. She's like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, yeah, they're sending me an alert every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They did. Okay. Maybe I'll die.
Blow off your roof for your birthday.
Yeah, blow off my... kill me.
That's not what you meant, though.
Yeah, just
they went weirdly
on my
from
birthday.
Minoru Suzuki being added and going to face Jericho for the FCW title. Then all of a sudden, it was like, no, they're still having the trios match. And who's going to side with the Learning Tree? Because they need another partner. Because their Black Hangman is injured. So it was just very confusing. And I don't know what they're doing with Minoru Suzuki. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's baffling.
Nobody knows, and it won't matter.
We'll see what happens Sunday. But we got Monetize This. You've got the Joe Cronin Birthday Smackdown Extraordinaire Special Friday. Tomorrow night, you've got the debate. It's a busy week on the Joe Cronin Show.
And Jakey, you get to bed, brother. We'll see you one of these days, whenever you can make it. You jump on.
I will talk to you tomorrow. We'll see what's going on.
All right. Good night, baby.
You stay sexy.
Everybody, give Jake some love on his YouTube channel. Thank you, Jake. I'll read the chat here for a couple minutes, real quick, before I get out of here. Apparently, we're going to be blown to death and killed tonight during this thunderstorm. So, if I'm dead, this is my last stream. Thank you all. I love you all so much. And I loved my family, remember that. But I'll be dead. And at least I'll die before turning 40. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Be struck by lightning tonight. It could be good. Side plates say depends, says Alfredo. Or says Haystacks Monet. Edge tried to be Owen Hart. Jesus. Well, Edge tried to be somebody. It's like, dude, would you jump out of a window like that? Would you jump out of the second story of a window and of a building and land on your feet? Probably not. Why would you do it off the cage like that? You need the table and the body and break your fall. Like, I don't know, bro. Why would you do that? I would rather it be Enzo or Ryback, to be honest. Give me one of those guys. I'll take Goldberg, though. I'll take Goldberg. Jay Swiss, thanks for being a member, man. We can all admit AEW wrestling is way better than WWE. Sure, WWE now is more longer. I mean, listen, over the last 5 years, AEW to me is probably, I don't know. AEW was better than WWE for like 2 years. It was awesome. AEW, for me, was better than WWE for like 2 years. And then, I don't know, over the last year and a half, especially last year, things have just taken a complete fucking turn. I am shocked by that, but that's what's happened. AEW has gone into the shitter. I think it all started when the CM Punk stuff happened. I really think that's when it changed. When Punk got in the beef with those guys, and then when he got suspended, and then when he left, once he left, it was like it was just, well, that was the most, exciting thing that's happened in your company, and it's not even it's not the wrestling. It's the backstage circus is the most important thing and most fun thing. But, okay. Anyway, thanks for being here tonight. And I guess I'll probably be live tomorrow night for the debate with Biden and Trump. I'm sure you all enjoy fighting over that tomorrow night. And then I guess I will do my birthday stream Friday, I suppose. And then on Saturday nights, monetize this, then Forbidden Door, and then maybe on Monday night I'll fucking take 17 drugs. I don't know. But yeah, AEW, whatever. Whatever, AEW. Whatever. We'll catch you guys on Out of Nowhere next week on Patreon. Make sure you guys sign back up on Patreon to hear the show next week on Out of Nowhere Live. Back on Patreon, baby. And also, yeah, there's tons of hail coming, apparently. A lot of hail coming. Look at these storms heading right for you, says D. Welsh. Wow, okay, so there's some fucking crazy shit coming at us tonight, I guess. Why have I not known about this? Apparently, like, there's just crazy shit going on. Wow. Yep. I guess they're coming right at us. Well, we're in for a fun, exciting night, I guess, huh? Over here. What an exciting night it's going to be. Severe thunderstorm. Hail. Tropical wind force, it looks like. Jesus Christ, what is happening tonight? Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, brother. It's coming right at me. Look at this, the red right over me. Oh my God. That red is slicing right over me. Well, not that red, but that red right there. Oh my God, blam. Blam. Holy shit, dude. Did you see that red right there? It's gonna go right over me. Look at this red. Blam. Oh my God, I'm gonna get fucking crushed. There's gonna be rain hitting the house like crazy, lightning. Should I go outside with a rod and just strap it to my privates and see what happens? See if God still wants me here? Just go out there and, hold the pole up. Come and get it, you son of a bitch. I'll just hold it up in the air. Come and get it, you son of a bitch. And just see what happens. Should I do that, guys? Imagine that. Imagine I live stream. Oh my God, that would probably go viral. That's actually a great, terrible idea. How great would it be to go outside with a giant pole and title the video waiting, like holding a rod up in a lightning storm, holding a conductive rod during a lightning storm live on YouTube. And it's like, I'm doing this dude, I think my video would start going viral. I think it would start doing, and I'm live doing this the whole time live. Like holding the fucking pole up, like, oh yeah. And like people are watching to see if I'm going to die and get fucking destroyed. That could be cool. Yeah, so there's a giant thing heading right for me now. That'd be pretty cool. There's a tornado warning. Oh boy. Now D. Welsh is telling me there's tornado warnings. Oh, in Freetown, Massachusetts. Where the fuck is Freetown, Massachusetts? I don't even know where that is. Hold on a second. Let me look this up. Oh my God. Where is Freetown, Massachusetts? I don't even know. where that is. Where is Freetown, Mass? Is it free to live there? Bro. Oh my God, that's down in New Bedford area. Okay, that's not that far away, really. I mean, that's... I thought it was like out west or something. I've never even heard of Freetown, Mass. Where is that? That's so crazy. Freetown, Mass is right there. That's just below Taunton. Okay. That's not that far. I mean, that's not too far away. It's about an hour away. Not even. Near New Bedford. There's a tornado warning out there. Well, we're in for an exciting night. I'll make sure to have my helmet ready. Dead for your birthday. I think going live with the rod would be a great idea. Like going live in a lightning storm with a rod would be funny as fuck. Like, and just stay, and I'll play music. We'll be playing music. I'll be holding the rod up, and people will be watching YouTube to see this guy die. They'll be like, "Oh my God, bro!" Freetown, Somerset, and Fall River. I like how D. Welsh knows about my local shit more than I do right now. I don't even know, bro. Do we have our local weather on tonight? Wouldn't it be great if I broadcast live from the tornado? For all you guys. Fox weather tonight. Well, the local... I don't see any local stuff. Yeah, I don't have any local TV on right now to watch. There's no one... You know, the local news is off the air now. It's almost midnight. But, oh, maybe not. Maybe we got something going on here.
Apartment building, for instance. Maybe you have a friend who lives in the first floor, so that when there's a severe situation like this, they can expect you to come down and hang out with them for a little while. You want to put as many walls between you and any windows so any flying glass can't get you. Debris is as big a problem as the
tornado warning for
themselves.
Bristol and Plymouth County.
It becomes a debris situation. You don't want things blowing through windows and hitting you.
Oh shit!
That's why I tell people not to go outside in these things. Not only are the winds themselves dangerous, but if you're looking over there, taking what you think are beautiful pictures of a storm, and a tree limb comes from over there and hits you, you're in trouble. Or flying glass, or flying nails from boards that are being taken off of buildings.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a situation you have to be very careful of here. What we're seeing is some very strong winds, though. And see how the reds now, everything's starting to become brighter red over here? That's because the cell was moving across the radar, and those strong winds are now translating on the other side of the radar and blowing away from it. So they're blowing from west to east across the South Shore here. And again, we can take a look at what the velocity of some
what
of
the
these
fuck
winds
is going on tonight?
As they come on through. When you get these brighter red colors that are almost...
Jesus Christ, guys.
There's 46, 27. So, and right in here is some other... That's 47 as well. So we're seeing wind gusts approaching.
Jesus Christ! Look at this.
All of those wouldn't be.
That's right on top of me, right there. Like,
I do believe it's very close to the radar. And
I'm right in the middle of the red.
Away from it, they were blowing at least 60 coming into the radar beam area, blowing over 70 miles per hour in Connecticut. But again, I'm not seeing the rotation that would be indicative of a tornado here on the ground, anyway, in the low levels. And with that radar beam so close to these storms, we would have had a good scan of a rotating thunderstorm if we were seeing it there, and I'm just not seeing that anywhere in here. Remember, you want a red and green couplet that's right smack together with each other, and typically the brighter the colors, the stronger the rotation is, and that's just not what we're seeing. We're seeing red and green here, but only because we're crossing that radar site, so we're blowing toward the radar and away from the radar, but we're not seeing that couplet right together. Remember, these storms have been coming all the way across Connecticut. I'm going to back this up just a little bit for you so you can see what we're dealing with. And
I hope I died tonight.
On our radar, we're going to switch back to our reflectivity scan, and over the last hour you're going to see what these have been doing. Look at those powerful storms coming on through. We had severe thunderstorms warning, which by the way has been dropped back a bit. I can shut the radar off just to show you this real quick, I suppose. That severe thunderstorm warning still includes Boston, back through Metro West, anywhere you see the yellow outline, and includes Southeast. Oh, look at that. Looks to me like, yeah, the tornado warning has been dropped.
Oh, they dropped it.
I'm gonna make sure of that before we definitely call this off. But remember, we hadn't seen that rotation. I was thinking that there wouldn't be a need for it anymore. And yeah, the tornado warning has been discontinued now here in southeastern Massachusetts. Severe thunderstorm warning is still in place there. That's going to continue all the way through Plymouth County. But the National Weather Service now looks like they're in agreement that they're not seeing any rotation there anymore. So at 11:44. Our time, we're going to call it as far as no longer a tornado warning out there in southeastern Massachusetts. Mark Carey, I didn't see the rotation there, so I wasn't expecting this to be a tornado. It looked like something did try to form up to the back, and I can bet anything that beeping I'm hearing right now is to let us know that that warning has been dropped.
Well, that's great news for everybody, and our folks down in Attleboro as well. That area seemed to be in the line of fire there for a bit. But we can hear certainly the rain pounding the roof above us. And
yeah, I remember I was in a tornado forming once, and it was so bizarre, man. It was in Harvard, Massachusetts, and the tornado began to form right around me and behind me. And it was so crazy because I've never seen anything like this. Everything around me was turning green and sick looking. And then I drove fast that way, and after a few minutes I could see behind me a huge churning, and I got a message that said, like, seek shelter immediately, tornado in your vicinity. And I was like, what the fuck? And this was like 2015 on my phone, and I was driving so fast to get away from it. And I didn't know where to go because there was barely any houses in Harvard, Massachusetts. It's a lot of open fields. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, stop at some random person's house I don't know and try to go into their house? Or like, can I come in your house? Like, you can't do that. So I'm like, okay, I just got to stay in my car, I guess. And so I just kept going. And then it stopped, though. It never formed. It, like, churned, and then it just died. And it never formed fully. It's crazy. I've told that story before, but it's just a wild thing to be in it. That looks like a cock. Crazy. It's Russia using the weather weapons, guys. Russia is using the weather weapons on us, guys. Help. Help. Damn. That's my aunt's. Raynham, Taunton, Rehoboth, Foxborough. D. Welsh just sent me the some of the shit right there. There's Foxborough. So here's me. I need to get a telestrator on this fucking thing. Why? You know what I mean? Like, why don't I have a fucking telestrator? I gotta get a goddamn telestrator. Yeah, D. Welsh is sending me the radar. So, is Joe gonna die tonight? Merry Christmas or happy birthday, you're dead. I guess those are so that's how you tell it's a tornado, I guess. I mean, doesn't everything look like this kind of when you look at it? I mean, here's me. You know, I'm over here. So, I mean, Welsh is pointing towards, I guess, Brockton and Bridgewater. But I'm over here. So I'll be take me home tonight. I want to move back to Quincy where there's no fucking tornadoes, guys. Can I move back to Quincy? I feel like I moved out here and there's been tornado warnings like every year now. Oh, those are winds. Yeah, I'm over there. I'm in the winds though. I'm in the wind. There's a lot of wind where I am. Let's take a look outside right now. I mean, I got to tell you right now, looking outside, there's no wind that I can see at all right now whatsoever. I thought the winds were going on right now. I thought the winds were already beginning and already going crazy. But I mean, dude, I take a look at my camera outside and I mean, look at the tree. The tree is not moving. You see the tree? That tree is dead still. I mean, maybe that's a bad thing. It's like dead still. Like it is like there's not even a breeze happening out there right now. Like that tree is not moving. Like there is no movement on anything out there right now. I don't know if am I missing the time frame? Is it coming and it's not here yet? I guess it could be that I'm yeah, I don't know. Or are we just somehow just avoiding it? Like barely? I don't know. I don't know. Severe thunderstorm warning in my area. My warning is until 12:15. I don't know if I missed it already or what's up, but yeah, apparently I'll live for now. How far is Deerfield, Mass from me? What's up, Richard? Red is bad, right? That's what I would think. What's up, Joe Bishop? Deerfield's not too far, I don't think. I was going to go to the casino tonight, too. Remember that? Remember I said that? Am I going to do that now? I don't know. Oh, yeah, Deerfield is a long ways for me. Holy fuck. Deerfield, Massachusetts to... Wow, bro, that's a 2-hour drive, bro. Deerfield, Mass is a 2-hour drive. It's north of Springfield. Silent but deadly storm, it could be. Yo, Gold Standard, thank you, bro. I hope you enjoy the debate tomorrow, Goldie. Gold Standard, enjoy the debate. Corny is wrong once in a while. Maybe. All right, guys, have a good night. We'll see you later. Keep it hard. Peace out, homie.
This finna be a breeze!